Hello, folks. This is Dave. I'm diving into a pivotal chapter in baseball history today, the integration of Major League Baseball. For over 60 years, African American players were barred from the major leagues due to an unwritten color line. But in 1947, that started to change, and this is the first of a four-part series where I'll cover the first 20 black players to integrate the major leagues. In this video, I'll focus on the initial five: Jackie Robinson, Larry Doby, Hank Thompson, Willard Brown, and Dan Bankhead. These weren't just athletes, they were trailblazers who faced unimaginable challenges to pave the way for future generations. This video has been in the concept stages for a couple of years now, as I've been buying playing days cards of each player where they're available. Since I needed to buy, at least for me, high-end cards, I purchased a few graded cards, and then I sent in the rest in my first SGC order at Strongsville last April. I'm targeting one video a week, with videos on players 6 through 10, 11 through 15, and 16 through 20 in the coming 3 weeks. I'll also link below another video where I feature a set of limited edition Negro League baseball cards, as that's a huge interest of mine. As a plug for another channel, Tony Talks Cards has started a series of first black players to integrate each of the initial 16 Major League teams. I'll link his first episode below. This first episode begins with the most famous name in baseball integration, Jackie Robinson. Born in 1919 in Cairo, Georgia, Jackie was the youngest of 5 children in a sharecropping family. After his father left, his mother moved them to Pasadena, California, where Jackie grew up facing poverty and racial exclusion. But he shone in sports locally, becoming the first athlete at UCLA to letter in 4 varsity sports: baseball, basketball, football, and track. During World War II, Jackie served in the Army but was court-martialed and acquitted for refusing to move to the back of a segregated bus. This act of defiance foreshadowed his future resilience. After the war, he joined the Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro Leagues in 1945, hitting .375 in 34 games. Branch Rickey, the Brooklyn Dodgers general manager, saw Jackie's talent and character. In October 1945, Rickey signed him to a minor league contract with the condition that Jackie not retaliate against the racism he'd faced. In 1946, with the Montreal Royals, Jackie led the International League with a .349 batting average and a .468 on-base percentage despite hostility, including game cancellations in the South. On April 15, 1947, Jackie debuted at Ebbets Field for the Dodgers, becoming the first African-American player in the modern era. Though he went 0 for 3, he scored the winning run. That season he batted .297, stole a league-leading 29 bases, and won the Rookie of the Year award. But the challenges were brutal: death threats, slurs from opponents, and even a threatened strike by the Cardinals, which was quashed by the commissioner, Happy Chandler. Over 10 MLB seasons, all with the Dodgers, Jackie hit .311 with 137 home runs and 197 steals. Over 10 Major League seasons, all with the Dodgers, Jackie hit .311 with 137 home runs and 197 steals. He was a 6-time All-Star, won the 1949 National League MVP with a .342 average, and helped Brooklyn win the 1955 World Series. Jackie retired after the 1956 season and became a civil rights advocate. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1962, and Major League Baseball retired his number 42 league-wide in 1997. His legacy? He didn't just integrate baseball, he advanced equality in America. Though he denied it, it is thought by some that Jackie began suffering from the effects of diabetes in mid-career, which eventually took his life in 1972 at age 53. His wife Rachel, who suffered along with Jackie's injustices, is still alive today at age 103. Tony Southern Collector 14 has a great longer form video bio of Jackie that I'll link below. I'm also about halfway through a book titled Jackie Robinson, a biography by Arnold Sampersad. My public library has a digital copy that I've downloaded to my Kindle and renewed 4 or 5 times now. Just 3 months after Jackie, on July 5th, 1947, Larry Doby became the first black player in the American League with the Cleveland Indians. Born in 1923 in Camden, South Carolina, Larry moved to Paterson, New Jersey as a teen, excelling in multiple sports at Eastside High School. His pro career started at age 18 with the Newark Eagles in the Negro Leagues in 1942, under an alias to keep his amateur status. After Navy service in World War II, he returned in 1946, hitting .360 and helping the Eagles win the Negro League World Series. Cleveland owner Bill Veeck signed Larry directly from the Negro Leagues for $15,000. His debut was tough. He struck out as a pinch hitter, and many teammates ignored him. Larry faced slurs, segregated hotels, physical threats, but he preserved with dignity. The next season, in 1948, Larry hit .301 and helped Cleveland win the World Series, becoming the first black player to homer in the Fall Classic. Over 13 seasons, mostly with Cleveland, but also with the White Sox and Tigers, he batted .283 with 253 home runs. He was a 7-time All-Star, led the AL in home runs twice, RBIs once, and finished second in MVP voting in 1954. Larry later became the second black MLB manager in 1978 with the White Sox. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1998, he's often called the Forgotten Pioneer for facing similar hardships as Jackie, but with less fanfare. Larry passed away in 2003 at age 79, but his trailblazing role endures. A great book that other YouTubers have referenced is Our Team, the epic story of 4 men and the World Series that changed baseball by Luke Epplin. The book tells the intersecting stories of Larry Doby, Satchel Paige, Bob Feller, and Bill Veeck. I'll also link Mookie Chilson's more detailed video on Larry Doby. Up next is Hank Thompson, who debuted on July 17, 1947 with the St. Louis Browns, becoming the 3rd black player in Major League Baseball. Born in 1925 in Oklahoma City, Hank started pro ball at age 17 with the Dallas Green Monarchs before joining the Kansas City Monarchs in 1943. After serving in World War II as a machine gunner in the Battle of the Bulge, he returned to the Monarchs, hitting .375 in 1948. His Browns stint was short, batting .256 in 27 games, but historic. On July 20th, he and Willard Brown became the first black teammates in Major League Baseball. Released by St. Louis, Hank rejoined the Monarchs before signing with the New York Giants in 1949, making him the first black player in both leagues and the only one to integrate 2 teams. On July 8th, he and Monty Irvin debuted for the Giants. Hank faced racism, including from teammates, but thrived as a third baseman. His best year was 1953 with a .307 average and 24 home runs. In 1954, he hit 26 home runs and also batted .364 in the World Series. Over 9 MLB seasons, he hit .267 with 129 homers. Post-career, Hank struggled personally, passing away at age 43 in 1969. He was the first black batter to face a black pitcher, Don Newcombe, in the major leagues, cementing his legacy as a versatile pioneer. Jay, Average Card Collector, did a whole episode earlier this year on Hank Thompson as part of his Battle of the Bold series. Drew at Clean Cheap Shots dedicated part of an episode to Hank and his most intriguing life a few months ago. I'll link both of those videos below as well. 2 days after Hank Thompson, on July 19, 1947, Willard Brown joined the Browns, becoming the fourth black MLB player. Born in 1915 in Shreveport, Louisiana, Willard was a bat boy for the Monarchs before turning pro in 1934 with the Monroe Monarchs. With the Kansas City Monarchs from 1937, he was a power legend and nicknamed Home Run Brown by Josh Gibson. He led the Negro American League in hits 8 times, RBI 7 times, and batted well over 300 every year in the Negro Leagues with a lifetime average of .358. After his World War II service, the Browns signed Willard. His MLB time was brief, hitting .179 in 21 games. But on August 13th, he hit the first American League homer by a black player and inside the Parker off Hal Newhouser. Racism in St. Louis, the southernmost MLB city at the time, was intense, contributing to his release. Willard returned to the Negro Leagues and played in Mexico and Puerto Rico until the 1950s. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006, Willard's raw power and Negro League dominance highlight what MLB missed by segregation. He passed away in 1996 at age 81 and is remembered as one of the greatest overlooked talents in the game. If anyone has spotlighted Willard in a video, please leave a link in the comments below. Rounding out our first 5 is Dan Bankhead, who debuted with the Dodgers on August 26, 1947, as the first black MLB pitcher. Born in 1920 in Empire, Alabama, Dan came from a baseball family. 4 brothers also played in the Negro Leagues. During World War II, he served in the Marines and played on military teams. From 1940 to 1947, he pitched for the Birmingham Black Barons and Memphis Red Sox, leading the Negro Leagues with a .385 batting average as a hitter in 1947. Branch Rickey signed him, and in his first debut relief appearance, Dan homered in his first at-bat, a rare feat for a pitcher, but he also allowed 10 hits in 3 1/3 innings. Dan's MLB career spanned from 1947 through 1951, with a 9-5 record and a 6.52 ERA in 52 games. Inconsistent control led to minor league stints, where he won 24 games in 1948. Dan also had a .222 lifetime MLB average. After MLB, Dan pitched in Mexico until 1966. He died in 1976 at the age of 55 from cancer. As the first black pitcher, Dan opened doors for pitchers like Satchel Paige and Don Newcombe. These 5 men endured racism, threats, and isolation to change baseball forever. Their courage inspired the civil rights movement and diversified the sport. In the next video, I'll cover players 6 through 10, including legends like Satchel Paige and Willie Mays' early teammates. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you have other factoids on these players or references to other videos, please drop those as well. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. Here.